Welcome back. We're gonna tie a topwater popper called the pucker lips. It's a crease style fly, but the lips create a nice cavity, so it moves more water than the traditional crease fly. We'll use three pieces of foam. One will be a tab, and then the other two will be little squares, and we'll shape the squares to create the mouth, the pucker lip mouth. Let's get started. Our hook, we're gonna oversize this one a bit. So we're using a nice big hook. And we'll start with two sections of bucktail on the end of the hook. There's minimal tying with this pattern. It's mostly foam and gluing. So we'll start with bucktail. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Maybe we do a not white. Yeah, let's do chartreuse. We'll do chartreuse and green since I picked up the chartreuse bucktail. And then I guess we'll try to do more froggy. Yeah, we'll do a more froggy style. Maybe we won't do yeah, we'll do bucktail. A little bit bucktail. Yeah, maybe do a little bit of bucktail and then some hackles off the end. Yeah, let's do that. I just audible. No, we're not going to do the bucktail. We're going to do some deer hair. So we're doing a pucker lips frog. Oh, this is getting crazy. We'll do a little deer hair spacer, and then we'll do some hackle legs, and then we'll make the pucker lip body. Well, sometimes you gotta just change it up. I'll need to change the title of the video. So we'll take out a clump. We'll adjust just by hand. We're not going to stack this. And then we'll take out the shorts and the underfur. And we'll tie this on. We don't want it too long because we're going to do a frog. I think something like this, foam loud, would be good for snakehead, other warm water. I haven't had the best luck using big popping bugs for largemouth bass. Usually subtler frog patterns are better for the bass in my experience. But well, this is a good one to have because snakehead on topwater is something I haven't been successful. I've caught northern snakehead with streamers, but only as bycatch. I've never targeted them on topwater. So we have our deer hair spacer. I'm going to trim it down a bit, not too much. I'm just going to take some of those ends off, keeping the tips. Clean it up a bit. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. So we'll keep that as our spacer in the butt, and then we'll tie in some hackles coming off the end. We'll do some dyed green hackles. We'll do 2 on each side. And there's 2 about the same size, 3 about the same size, and then, oh, that's 4, perfect. So we'll do some hackles on each side. The hackles are curved, so we want them curved out. Unfortunately, the shinier side is the part that's curved in, but we are going to sacrifice the aesthetic for function. So we'll measure our hackles up, and then we'll tie them in on each side. I like the legs long on my frog patterns, and I like the tails long on my mice patterns. So there's one side, and then measure it up, and we'll do the other side. That's about good, same length. And we'll tie them in, and we'll trim off the butts. All right. Oh, those are going out there quite a bit. That's okay. If you don't want them splayed as much, you would take down the spacer even more. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. That's good. We'll do a nice base of thread here so the foam has something to glue on. Then we will whip finish. And good. All right. So 3 pieces of foam. I like to buy big sheets of foam. In the fly shops, they sell these little squares. You can do more with a big sheet, and you get the big sheets at the craft stores. So that's what I recommend. Usually you want to support your local fly shop, but if you tie a lot of foam, you want to support your local craft store. So we want to create 2 pieces. These are going to get trimmed up, and then we'll have our inside spacer piece. We'll stay with the white. A little tab. We might do two spacers. Yeah, we might do 2 spacers. We'll see. We'll just cut 2 and go from there. Little super glue on the first bit of foam that's going to be an inside spacer. This piece will not be visible. And then we will set the foam and just squeeze it on. We want to be careful to keep the hook gap. So we might end up trimming this down a little bit. I think we need some more glue. That's good. Let's take it down a bit. Okay. If you want extra wide mouth, you would add another spacer, and that's what I was debating. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll try to make it extra wide mouth. A little bit of glue on the foam. And position. let's shape our two pieces, our top and bottom piece. We want them to get them as square as possible. So we'll just take off, clean up the edges first. That's good. And then we will take a piece, we'll fold it in a triangle, try to get a perfect square. Then we'll measure way too long. So we're going to take off the back. Measure it again. It should extend past the eye, but that's way too long. That should be good. We'll take it down, slight angle front, sharper angle, or slight angle back, sharper angle front. This shape, and it'll set, will rest like this. And we'll have to take these sides down a little bit more, but that will just stay with that. So here's one piece. We'll shape the next piece similar length. Similar size, tracing. All right, so two pieces about the same. The bottom piece we want slightly smaller, so we're going to take even more down from the sides, and we'll glue this one on like this, and it'll position like this. That looks about perfect. All right. The pucker lips pattern, you can have color inside the mouth. It does get a little messy. I don't see any cool color marker, so we're just going to do black. We'll color the inside black. The permanent marker on the super glue will run. So inside black, do the same here, inside black. But red inside, red mouth is the most common. I don't know how black will look. So we have inside black, and then this face also, we can color that up, inside black. And so black. All right. Oh, maybe we should have left it white. That would have been amazing. Let's glue this piece on. Add a little super glue to the inside of this. Yeah, the ink is already starting to run. It's gonna get all over my fingers. Okay, that looks good. Or place that underneath and squeeze her down on the sides. The mouth can be open, but the sides and the midsection should be nice and tight to the spacer. Yeah, looks good. This is going to be an extra wide mouth. All right, now we'll do the top piece. The top piece is going to fit over the bottom piece. And I'll rotate so you can see how cavernous that is. And it's sitting right up to the where that deer hair is, so it's got a nice nice inline to our natural material. What we don't have though are any like arms, which I don't think it matters, but you could thread some arms in. I don't know how you would tie them in from here because the top piece would push them down. But so if you wanted to add arms, I think you would place the top piece and then thread a needle through and then thread your arms through. But I'm not going to do that. So we'll just glue this guy in. We started, the original plan was going to be just a minnow pattern, but I've never done a pop lip style frog. So this is first time to try this for me. Okay, a little bit more. That should be good. And place evenly, nice and close to the deer hair, and squeezing the back and the top. Oh yeah. That looks good. All right, that's on. We'll put some eyeballs in. You could decorate, you could color, you could clear coat. Well, we're not gonna, but we will do eyeballs. So let's get some eyeballs. Green eyeballs. Purple eyeballs, red eyeballs. Red eyeballs would be good. Do some red eyeballs. Place on each side, a little dollop. And set. And position. Not positioning where I want it. Yeah, there it goes. For a little bit further back is where I want it. Out right there. You should always let it set, but I'm going to rush this and do the other side. Little dollop. And place. Position. A little bit further. Oh, slide. Right there. Let it set. All right. That's it. We're done. Quick one. maybe we take down this this bottom a bit. Where that eyeballs will work trying to slide off. Oh, it's on there. That's it. Okay, so we have our frog, pop lips popper, clean look. There is one issue though, and the issue is threading this onto your tippet. So you're fishing a fly this size, you're going to use heavier tippet. And the trick I have used is taking your material and then putting a 90-degree bend so it has a little bit of hook, and that might even be too long. And then you're going to have to, with a straight piece of mono, it's impossible to thread this. Yeah, this is too long. So we'll do another bend. So now we have 2 bends in our tippet material. This might be too much for some people. So now we have like a J shape. And then we thread that through and then thread it around. Now you can tie your knot. But with a straight piece of mono, trying to thread a fly like this on is so frustrating. So that is our pop lips frog. We were going to do a pop lips minnow, but this is what we ended up with. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching.